Hey everyone, it's Sarah from Whirl.
And I'm Kristen from Rage Against the Minivan.
And we are talking about The Bachelor.
We're back. We took a hiatus last week.
We had midwinter break and Kristen decided to go on vacation with her family when instead of doing a recap, I was here.
I know.
I was here for you.
It is my fault. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even get to watch it while I was gone, which was really frustrating. Which meant that today when I got home, I got to watch 6 hours
That's awesome.
of The Bachelor.
6
hours of Juan Pablo. For you guys.
Yeah, for you guys.
For you guys.
So we're back.
I hope you appreciate it.
You
6 hours of Juan Pablo.
6 hours of Juan Pablo, although I really don't even know, I've already pushed last week out of my brain, so I can't even really discuss that. So can we just discuss these two from this week?
Well, wait. We do need to discuss Charlene's exit.
Oh my god!
Briefly.
Yes.
And then we can come back.
Yes.
But why did they have 2 episodes this week? That was crazy annoying.
It was ridiculous.
Nobody wants to watch that much
Nobody
Bachelor.
wants to watch that stuff. Nobody.
Okay, so let's briefly touch on Charlene's exit.
Right.
Because we were saying that she was annoying, that she kept waffling. But then when she left, I kind of had respect for her. Because she is smarter than him.
Well, she is smarter than him, but she is still drama. When she went over there to talk to him, and she was laying on his arm, and I'm like, for God's sake, how long have you known this man?
I know.
How long? And you said yourself you didn't know if they had any chemistry.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
Anyway, I was glad she left.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we start with Monday night, the hometown dates.
Hometown, number 1, Nikki.
Yes.
In Kansas City, where I used to live, actually.
Oh.
I just find it so funny that they go to a place like Kansas City and they make them bull ride.
I actually didn't catch the city, so I assumed it was like Oklahoma or something.
Well, that was what's so funny.
Missouri is not known for barbecue and bull riding.
They are known for barbecue, but I did think it was funny that the barbecue place they went to was called Oklahoma Joe's.
Yeah, I assumed it was Oklahoma.
I'm just and then they rode bulls, and Kansas City is really not that much about riding bulls, people.
No.
But, whatever.
They're just always trying to find, local flavor, and it fails, because then it's dumb and contrived.
Nikki wants to tell him she's in love with him, but it just doesn't come out. It just doesn't happen.
Nikki's family seemed refreshingly normal.
Oh my god, I don't remember.
Well, her dad kind of had, a southern twang. It reminded me of, an old Baptist preacher. Kind of.
Yeah.
And then her mom, they were really close. She said her mom was her best friend, and her mom had, the purple little scoop neck sweater. They were cute.
I must have been sleeping during this part. I don't remember this.
You probably could have been because you had 4 hours to watch this week.
Right. I think I was irate that they were riding bulls, maybe, and I started, spouting off about that to no one, because no one cares what I think about bulls, but that must have been what I was
And the bull riding, let's be honest, there's one reason to ride a mechanical bull.
To look like you're having sex.
To look like you're having sex. That is the only reason.
And he was so good at it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they both got on it, and they start.
Oh my god.
They start zooming in.
Oh my god.
On their crotches, and I'm like, really?
Oh my god. No, it's not good.
Dumb.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, so Nikki, whatever. I'm neutral about Nikki.
Did you see the Us Weekly that came out last week?
Yes, I did.
Yes,
I did read it.
Did you see her modeling pictures?
Right there. Oh yeah.
I don't know. It's just
figure her
off.
out.
But I think she's kind of smart. Whatever. These people all bug me to death. Hometown, are we done with her?
Yes.
Okay, hometown number 2, Andi. Now, Andi's dad, I can get down with that guy. He was hilarious.
He's a firecracker.
And she looks so much like her dad, yet her mom too.
And yet she's really pretty, and her dad's
not.
But
she totally has her dad's face, and I just loved how he was the most expressive father. Every time they look at him, he'd be rolling his eyes, or he was so. Tell us how you really feel, Andi's dad.
And I love how he was when there was conversation about asking for her hand. He was like, "Why don't you come back to me when there's one girl?"
Right, loved it.
Thank you. You're normal.
Andi's dad, you're so cool, and I love that when Andi's mom asked Juan Pablo what he liked about her. I'm pretty sure he said she's beautiful.
He does not know what to say.
And I'm like, is that a real? I
know.
Yes, she is very pretty, but is that really? That's what
the
you
cracks
say
were
first?
starting to show.
The cracks were certainly starting to show.
Yeah.
So, but I will say that the whole family is basically thumbs down on JPabs, and then When they're leaving, though, when she's walking him out, it is evident to me that he's over her. Because he wouldn't even, he was just like, but she was so giddy, and I'm like, what the hell?
I know.
How did you just think that went well?
But then she said something like, I feel like I turned a corner tonight, and I feel like I could maybe fall in love. Like, she still didn't seem totally sold on him.
Oh, yeah, I guess she's like trying to make
I think
herself.
she was giddy because she felt something finally because she kind of wasn't or something. Yeah, I don't know.
guess. I don't know. I mean, how can anyone think I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's enough with that. So hometown 3 with Renee. She gets to see Ben. So cute.
Super cute.
I mean, as a mom, you know, it's
clearly
just like
a
seeing
really
her cry.
awesome mom.
Oh, and he was so precious.
He was.
In the Little League game, and
yeah.
I really like her. I don't know
like
how
her
she's
too.
been so fooled. I
either.
just do not understand how he
Yeah.
has pulled the wool over her eyes. She thinks he's the greatest thing ever,
I know.
and he so is not.
She can do so much better.
Yeah. And what else went on with them? Her family was cute.
Yeah, but just I feel like they didn't give a lot of airtime to that date or anything.
No, they didn't, because I think it was obvious. I mean, I knew she was going to get the cut.
Yeah, totally.
I felt she was going to get the cut. I also thought it was, I just always think it's weird when they bring the kids into the deal, and like, there's a camera, and you can tell Ben is kind of like, who the hell is this dude talking to me? I feel like he's my best bud. This is weird.
I thought he was weird with him.
Yeah.
Everyone keeps saying how great he is with kids. I thought he was weird.
I thought he was a little bit weird.
But
Yeah,
whatever.
I did too, but you know, whatever. So that went down. Okay, hometown 4, Claire.
Whoa, Claire's sister was weird.
Laura?
Laura! Weird. Well, first of all, okay, this is gonna sound horrible,
I know you're going to say.
but Claire, like, does not look like the rest of her family.
No, none of them have her color eyes.
No.
They don't.
But the rest of them are very homely, and I don't even mean, like there's one sister that looked a little like her, but
Right.
she's got these bangs and, like, this crazy 80s mom haircut.
I don't know what's going down with those sisters.
Yeah, so it's not like I mean, genetically they might look the same, but she's the only one who's really taking a
Care
lot
of
of
herself.
effort,
Well,
in
yeah.
her appearance, and
Yeah.
the other sisters are just so kind of plain and nerdy and
And Laura,
bizarre.
like, I mean, hovering Laura, what was she doing? I don't even understand. And then, if it weren't for the end when the mama was talking to Juan Pablo,
Juan, yeah.
I thought possibly she was mute, because
I
the
thought that
first
too.
time she never.
I thought,
I
is
wrote
she
down
special
what she said.
needs? Is she deaf?
She wrote. She said right,
Mm-hmm.
good, and okay. That's all she said for the first 6 minutes, and I thought, oh, maybe she can't speak. Maybe
I thought
her
that too.
tongue was cut out by pirates or something. I don't know, but she obviously can't.
Oh, I totally thought that, and I feel like there was something happening off camera that we didn't know about. Like, they were
Must have
editing.
been.
I don't know if there was an arrangement that she wouldn't ask her mom that question.
Right.
Because Laura seemed like resentful that Claire was breaking some boundary that had been put in place. But it just came off as weird.
Really weird, and that was strange. And I understand it. I know people call their moms mama, but I thought it was weird to me that these grown women were all talking
weird.
about mama. Well, mama said, don't do that because of mama this, mama
Yes.
that. And I'm like, mama?
It was weird. It seemed weird.
Maybe it's like a Spanish or South American thing or something, because the mom seemed like possibly she was South American.
That was very confusing too.
I don't
'cause she was
even
fluent in
understand
Spanish.
What's going on, mama?
I'm so confused about that entire family.
But then she, but you could tell Juan Pablo was actually kind of in his wheelhouse, because he was
Yes.
with all women. There were no
Yes.
men, and you could tell he was so much more comfortable.
And I thought,
yeah.
aside from Laura, I actually thought that family was the most accepting of him.
I agree.
And
Yeah,
I mean, I
besides
continue
Laura.
to think Claire is the only fit for him.
She is
in
the
this
only
bunch,
fit for him.
in many ways.
So many ways.
Yeah.
So, and then Mama finally speaks, and she has some nice things to
Yeah,
say.
that was a
and I'm
lovely
like,
little
oh,
conversation.
she's wise, and
Yeah.
they, banter back and forth
Yeah.
in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
So that was up. Laura. Whoa. I feel like the producers maybe were trying to draw out some stuff, and they said, hey, you over there, why don't you do this? And she's like, okay. And then it just didn't come off
It was
the way it was
weird.
supposed to. I don't know.
There was something happening that we missed.
There was something happening.
Maybe at the Women Till All next week we'll find out.
I can't wait for that, by the way. Okay, so those were all the hometowns, and then
he sends Renee.
Renee, and she is so sad, and I'm like, girlfriend, just be so happy, cut your losses,
I
and
know.
run
Jeez.
far away.
Yeah.
Because
think she's lovely. I think
yeah,
she should be able to find a great guy.
She's gonna find a great guy, and she's gonna watch all the stuff back and be like, thank goodness.
She's gonna watch The Women Tell All and be like, thank goodness.
I can't. Did I mention I can't? I can't wait. Okay, so then that was 2 hours gone by.
Then the next night.
We have
the overnight
St. Lucia.
Okay.
Simply beautiful.
So beautiful. We need to talk about the fantasy suites. This is what I do not understand on The Bachelor. Are people having sex on the fantasy suite dates?
I'm sure some do.
Is that what it's about? I'm so confused and completely grossed out by that.
Well, according to Juan, Pablo, it's just time to talk a lot.
But
because you talk so much in the first place.
But there have been other bachelors where they have made it really clear, and bachelorettes where they've made it really clear we're just talking.
Right.
They've been really intentional. But then, remember Ed?
Oh, yeah.
Or, there's been JP. There's been people that were clear that they got it down.
Yeah. They got down. So I don't know.
And are they happening in consecutive nights? I'm literally trying to wrap my brain around,
I think so.
Spending a night with someone and then another night with another. It's so gross.
So gross. It's so gross, but he was loving it.
Yeah, he's not minding at all.
Who was the first one? Clare.
Well, I love how Clare was like, I want you to know that I really respect your thoughts about your daughter. He was like, oh, that. I was just kidding. Just kidding.
I know.
It's 9 weeks, just kidding.
That was hypocrisy to the 20th degree. The whole thing about going in the ocean, but now, let's go spend the night together.
Yeah.
That's fine.
In a hotel room.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's going to make me look like a great person to my daughter.
My daughter knows that's just what we have to do on The Bachelor, is we have to have the overnight date. So they have the overnight date. They went on the boat, and she was constantly playing with her hair. And I'm not...
And making little faces. She's like duck face.
This. And let me tell you, you can rewind this thing, and I probably play with my hair more than she does. But the fact that she plays with her hair more than I do is very bothersome.
Yeah.
She needs to stop that. It's horrible.
You know what, though? When you look at them, they kind of look alike.
They do.
They both have these thin lips and thin noses.
So you notice the duck face this time.
Oh, for sure.
For sure. She that top lip. And then she's always
yeah. Well, she's really concerned with her appearance because she has 5 sisters that aren't.
Right, and she was on the boat, and it was windy, and obviously it was causing her a lot of distress with the hair.
So they seem like whatever, but oh gosh, he was so gross. When he's talking to her, he's so close to her and touching her face in a million ways. He kept touching her nose like this.
Why does he do that to people's noses?
And again, I just feel like he's the guy who's just like George from Mice and Men, I will pet you, you're pretty. Let me touch your nose. Your nose is pretty, but there's no conversation.
No, there's no conversation. It is so embarrassing.
As Andi discovered.
Okay, so Andi was the second one-on-one. Mm-hmm. I was not feeling the coral wife beater with the Kelly green trim.
No,
I was not feeling
that. Nor was I. But I feel like always at the overnight date they have the Bachelor in some crazy neon.
Yeah,
every year.
Remember when Ed had on the shorts?
Yes. And JP. Every year. I'm gonna do a retrospective.
Yeah,
seriously. They're in a tropical locale. And they put the guy in crazy.
Yeah, because he wears. every time he has a bright yellow or turquoise blue.
It's like they went to Ron John's surf shop.
They totally went to Ron John, but I was not digging on the coral and I did not like it. So they go around and they have fun. Oh, she once again debuts another plunging swimsuit.
She likes those.
Bronze.
Yeah, she likes those.
She loves that kind of J-Lo plunge thing, and so they go yet to another waterfall. Waterfalls are their thing.
Waterfalls are their thing. Claire's thing is the hot tub.
Hot tub
versus
and
the waterfall. And weird cars. Because they rode a buggy. And remember, they were the ones that rode into the... they're always in weird cars.
Okay, so then they have their, overnight rendezvous.
Which, so...
We called it.
We did. We called it. We called this episode 2. That guy is not a conversationalist, doesn't know how to talk, and it takes her spending the night with him to figure it out. But thank goodness she did.
Yeah. But so I read the Us Weekly.
I did too.
Right. Just the fact that he talked about Clare and the overnight date.
That he told her that she barely made it.
Right.
What an idiot.
What was the word he used?
Default.
They
fought over default. Okay, here's the thing though, when she went to talk to him and leave, I feel like she should have just said, I don't love you, and then he said, it's okay.
Right.
That pissed her off, and she should have just left.
End on a Absolutely.
But she was pissed, and she was determined to show him how much of a douche he is, when the thing is, he doesn't have the insight to hear that.
Right. He's never going to realize he's a douche. Never. No one is ever going to make Juan Pablo realize this.
She should have just cut her losses and hightailed it out of there. But she was pissed that she had wasted all this time, so she wanted him to know that. But it's like, girlfriend, you wasted your own time.
But I think she showed a little bit about herself, too, when she kept on pressing on. Because obviously, I think...
oh my gosh, now my dog's playing with...
so annoying. I think... What was I saying? Hold on. What were we talking about? We'll have to
she showed her own self.
Oh. So she showed her own self because I think she was pissed that he didn't act more upset. And it kind of hurt her ego.
I agree.
And she's like, oh, what? It's okay? Yes, it's not okay because you should love me and I'm breaking up with you and you should be crying over this. So she was a little bit petty too. I'm totally on her side.
I am too.
But I love her. Felt like she was kind of,
Well, and that she got so upset about it's okay. I mean, that's really not the worst thing someone could say.
Oh, right.
But he did. So then after that, they filmed him, and he said that she would have been gone just based on that argument.
Right.
Which, he's just such a jerk.
He's such a jerk.
I would have sent her packing because she argued with me.
Oh my God. He's such a jerk. It's just like, I feel like it's the point even with these videos. It's like,
I know.
I walked into Kristen's house and I was like, what are we going to say this week? He's a douchebag?
Again.
Because basically that's all you have to say. You're a douchebag.
Here's the thing, though, that the producers of the show need to realize. You have to vet these people. You can't just pick someone because they're hunky.
Right.
No one actually wants to watch that.
Right.
Because we don't connect with the character.
Right. The
only reason I'm still watching is because we're doing these videos.
Right.
You know, like, they need people with some character, with some conversational skills.
Right.
We don't just want the eye candy.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. And obviously that's all he is. I don't even think he's cute anymore because he
got
so turned off by him.
I totally don't either. Although I have to say, there were points in the last episode where I was waffling between feeling rage and then feeling kind of sorry for him. Because I mean, three things. Number one, maybe he's just a douche.
Right.
Number two, maybe there's massive cultural things going on at play because he's from a very patriarchal culture.
True.
Where women are... Okay, right. I mean, we had some commenters who were from Venezuela who suggested, this is cultural. Okay. Number three, maybe he's just really not very smart, and in that case, he's just getting raked over the coals for something that's a little bit out of his control.
I think it's all of those things.
It might be all of those things.
I think it's all of those things.
Yeah. But I did feel a tinge of like, oh gosh.
Yeah, I know.
I feel sorry for him because he doesn't get it. He really doesn't get it.
I agree. I mean, whether it's because he's just an idiot or culture or whatever, he just doesn't get it.
Because there's been other bachelors where I would have enjoyed seeing the girls rake him over the coals.
Right.
Like Ben.
Right.
Where, he's just douchey. This guy, I don't know, there's something about him that I'm just like, oh, he just...
Yeah.
This is news to him. All of this is news to him.
Right. Bummer. Yuck. So then the last one was Nikki.
Which again, neutral. I just don't have feelings.
Her Pocahontas top that she wore to ride the horse.
Hilarious.
The fringe, riding a horse.
Who wears a bikini riding a horse?
What was that outfit? Even the pants? And
they were like pajama pants.
They were and that, I
don't know.
What? I don't know. So that happened. They rode some horses. When he talks about Nikki in the little, these interviews, he's like, Nikki's a great girl. She's really good kisser and really hot or something like that. I mean, those were the two adjectives he decided to use when talking about why he liked her. So once again, you're just like, oh my God, will you just have sex with these women and get on with yourself? Because obviously...
That's all you've got.
No one, I don't think Juan Pablo's ever going to end up with anyone. Unless she's just so narcissistic and just really stupid and just looks at him like total eye candy.
I think that might be Clare.
I know, but I already feel like he's... No, you're right. I mean, they are definitely meant for each other in that way, but I don't even think he's going to...
I think there is some girl who is going to think his hotness outweighs the other deficits.
Right.
There are people like that.
Yeah, no, that's
so true. Clare might be that person.
That's so true. So, I mean...
But you could see the cracks forming for Nikki when they told that Andi left. Because Nikki and Andi got along, and I think they're both smart girls, and I think she was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
What did Andi
She was upset. She was crying. And then Claire makes her little comment like, well, we'll really see what happens because we could not be any more different.
Which is true. And I think it's hysterical that the two like enemies of the show are the last two standing.
I love how they have to stand there next to each other. And, like,
I know.
They like don't look at each other completely. They just kind of turn their head and like look behind each other.
And I still don't even understand what they're feuding about. It's just ridiculous.
I don't either. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that was that. So, no one got the heave-ho because Andi took off. Now we got these two chicks. Next week we've got the Bachelorette's Tell All.
Which I'm interested in. The outcome of the actual show, not super interested in.
No.
Bachelor Women Tell All.
We'll be back for sure.